Hello friend, today we shall talk about a topic IaaS or infrastructure as a service. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in cloud computing and you want to learn about it. IaaS or infrastructure as a service is basically, if we talk about in terms of definition, is a cloud computing model that provides on-demand access to computing resources such as servers, storage, networking, and virtualization. So friend, this is just a definition which I have taken it from the Google. So just first of all try to understand what is IaaS or infrastructure as a service. See friend, let me give you an example here. Few years back, around 20 or 30 years back, what happened actually, normally every organization has their own on-premises infrastructure. That means in the building they have a room in which all servers, storage, database, networking, all those things reside there, and everyone is using that server room for their networking, for their storage. Okay, so this was a older version, or you can say the on-premises version of infrastructure. Nowadays what happened actually, this is called as infrastructure as a service, in which all the servers, storage, networking reside remotely on the remote servers. Okay, and through the internet or through the browser you are accessing those services. So that means you don't need to worry about the storage, how much it is remaining. Don't worry about the networking, don't worry about the virtualization. All those things are basically managing by the vendor, and they are providing you the infrastructure. Whenever we talk about infrastructure, basically we are talking about servers, storage, etc. A very good example of infrastructure as a service is basically AWS, Amazon services. Amazon is basically providing you the infrastructure as a service, and whatever the requirement you have, like for example you need 4 servers, so they will provide you and they will charge you as well. So only you need an internet and you only need the browser to access those services. All those services will be managed by the AWS. So AWS, Amazon Web Services, is basically the best example of infrastructure as a service. Now here friend, if you just see, there are basically two terms like cloud computing and on-demand access. So now first of all we have to understand that what is cloud computing. Cloud computing is basically a model of client server model in which all those services like applications, network, infrastructure, all those things are basically reside remotely, and you are accessing those services only as per your need and requirement. Okay, so this is basically called as the concept of cloud or cloud computing. Cloud computing example, like for example Netflix, like you are using the Netflix, this is the best example of cloud computing. Facebook, Instagram, so all those are the examples of cloud computing. Like you are using these services, and those services not reside on your local machine, they reside remotely, and the vendor is managing all those things, and you are just using those services. Most of the time, many times it's these services are free. For example, LinkedIn is also another example of cloud computing, and sometimes these services are chargeable, and you have to pay for it. So coming back to our main topic, infrastructure as a service. So AWS is the main example of infrastructure as a service, and another point here is the on-demand version. On-demand basically means that how much you required, you will pay for only for that. For example, if you need 4 servers in the AWS, so you will only pay for the 4 servers. If you need 5 servers, so you will only pay for the 5 servers. If you use the services for 4 months, so you will only pay for the 4 months. Here on the on-premises, what happened actually, for example, let's suppose that you have purchased 5 servers here in the on-premises model. After 2 months you realize that you not need 5 servers, you only need the 4 servers. But what happened actually, you have already purchased the 5 servers, and these 5 servers are residing in your location, in your building. So what you can do for the remaining 1 server, you can't do anything because you have already purchased it, you have already pay the amount for it, so you can't do anything here. In the infrastructure as a service, or in the AWS for example, just take an example, if you after 2 months you realize that you only need 4 servers and 1 server is additional, so what you can do, you can scale down the services, and you will only pay for the 4 servers, not for the 5 servers. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues.